Hi friends, and welcome back in. Welcome back to the channel. Hi guys, it's so good to be here and welcome everybody, one and all. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and joining this amazing community of talented beaders and designers. And I am so glad that you put your trust in me and are subscribing and coming into this amazing, beautiful community we're building. And I'm so grateful, to do what I do and to have you guys with your encouragement to allow me to do what I'm doing. And it's just an absolute blessing if I can inspire anybody. And so I'm so grateful for all of you. And thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time today. So we've got a lot to get to. I've got a really cool show for you today. Something new. I was a little bit nervous about doing it. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But I've got a really great show today, guys, because we're going to talk about what is going to be trending for all of us in the jewelry world moving into 2025. And this is going to be a lot different from all the other videos out there. And that's my lead into, let me tell you why I was really nervous to do this video, guys. So last year I had just started my channel and I don't know, it was October, I guess, in 2023. And so in January, I was really wanting to do a 2024 color of the year and what's going to trend and this and that, because I made a lot of types of jewelry that were going to be trending, and it was already like in my store and my aesthetic. And I thought, oh gosh, you've really got to do a video about this. But I got in my head and I just was too shy to get in front of the camera and embarrassed because I don't have all this fancy video equipment, video editing software. And I just, was like, my video won't be great and everybody else's is, flashing on the screen, all these, real-time things. I don't know how to do all that. And by the way, I still don't. I'm not a techie person. I obviously can run a channel, but I'm pretty basic, guys. I'm pretty basic here. And so you know what goes on here, right? We just keep it real. We keep it 100, transparent. That's what we do. And this is me. It is what it is. So I thought, you know what, John, it's okay. Put your backbone up, and do you. You're fine. And stop criticizing yourself so much, And so that's something that I'm really been thinking about. I need to put it like at the top of the resolution list, which by the way, guys, I never even keep a resolution, but I do it in a different format, like my vision boards and things like that. So anyway, the point is this is going to be my version of this is what's going to be trending. And I want to share with you guys in 2025, especially for those of you that not only just really enjoy style and trend, but if you have a business and you're selling product or you're selling jewelry. So for one and all, we're going to do it my way. So no fancy video editing. I don't know how to do it. I'm learning. I'm still learning it, guys. I've been working on it and I've been trying. So I downloaded some free software and I've been, poking around, but it is a learning curve for me and I'm still trying to figure it out. So we're not going to have any fancy things, but that's okay, because we're going to do my version of it, and I think you guys forgive me, right? You forgive the fact that I'm not a video editor. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. This is going to be an awesome show. So I've got a really great, fun show for you guys today. So let's get to it. And what we're going to talk about, guys, is we're going to talk about what's going to trend in 2025. So if you guys want to do your research, Google it, YouTube it, whatever, I encourage you to do that. But if you haven't, here's your one-stop shop. I've done it for all of us, and I'm going to start getting going on the mat, as we will all next year, with all of these, incorporating a lot of these really fun trends. I personally am really excited about the color of the year, and I'm really excited, you guys, about what is going to be trending, because it's just my jam. A lot of it is just my jam, and I'm like, yay, this is going to be a great year coming up. So here we go, guys. So again, we already talked about, we're not going to, shame me for it. I don't know how to, not that you guys would anyway, because you guys are amazing. But, I don't have video editing software, but I have printed things, okay? And then I have pulled things, so that's what we're going with, okay? So I'm gonna pull it up, so I printed it. So Mocha Mousse, many of you maybe know, let's start with the color of 2025. Mocha Mousse. Now, if you saw my community tab announcement, I put the color of the year right off their website right into the community tab. That was just a week or two ago. So if you want to get a really nice look at the color on your screen, you can look in the community tab, or you can go into Pantone's website and look at it yourself. It's beautiful. But I printed it. And so here's what we have, guys. I'm going to put my face out of the way. Here's what we have. Mocha Mousse. Is this, let me see, do I have myself in kit? Yes. There we go. Color of 2025. And it's Mocha Mousse. And I just cannot, because I love neutrals, anything achromatic, I cannot. And there's the color number right there. So that is our color of the year, Mocha Mousse, you guys. Isn't it just delicious? Oh, I cannot. I want to talk to you a little bit about what I pulled in my research about what the color of the year is and how we can incorporate it in our design. So it's simple and comforting, a soft, warm brown. Thoughtful indulgence, harmonious comfort, and feelings of contentment. With its sophisticated earthy elegance, Mocha Mousse can stand alone or serve as a versatile foundation, enhancing a wide range of palettes and applications from minimalist to richly detailed design across all color-focused industries. Is that awesome, you guys? I'm here for this. I'm here for this. And it continues to say, revel in your personal luxury, a subtle elegance and sensorial richness. Mocha Mousse empowers you to create moments of luxury that may be intimate in scale, but can extend a sense of indulgence throughout the day. Isn't that awesome? Mocha Mousse, and there's some more examples of the color. Just awesome. So Mocha Mousse, you guys. Okay, let's get to it. We've got a big show here today. Okay, guys, so trends. So what is trending? We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 trends in jewelry for 2025, my friends. Okay, let's get to number 1 right here on yours truly. Layering, stacking, and mixing metals. Okay, and let me stand up a little bit so you can see. Okay, so I've got this insane gorgeous pendant, right? This gemstone. So we've got some larvikite and just a bunch. Okay, and it's shorter. And then I've gone down here and look at the mixed metal. You see, I've got black and silver, right? With this chain link I made with the tassel, which is also in black and silver. And then I've got even longer with this chain link necklace that's in all these just metal, gunmetal, and silver and gray. And this is a great example of my favorite trend coming into 2025, which I love anyway, which is layers, layers, and more layers, guys. Mixing chain, mixing metal colors. That also, PS, by the way, side note, guys, there are going to be a couple that are going to be what the fashion industry is considering standouts, which are going to be staples. So they're going to be much more of like a standout. So again, if you're selling your jewelry or you're really just, you know, a fashionista, I will let you know when we're at a standout, which means it's a staple. You got to do it. You got to have it. You need to be doing it. You need to be selling it. Those sorts of things. That's what the experts are saying. So there are several that are going to be standouts. And I will let you know as we go through. And in fact, chain layering and stacking is going to be a standout for 2025. And so layering, mixing up your metals, And they talk about, you know, start with a choker and, you know, go down from there and, you know, start with a pendant or end with a pendant. Okay. So not only on me is a really great example of layering, but also, where's my one example I have of layering chain? Oh, here, which is going to be another trend as well. So this necklace I have, so we're not only mixed our metals, right? And we've got charms on it. So I've got 3 color metals here. Okay. And then we've got the layers. Okay. So another example that I've got for you guys. Do my best. Do my best for chain layering. Okay, the next one, friends, that I don't have an example of, but it's modern pearls. Modern pearls, classic. Pearls are classic and chic, but this coming year, larger. So more modern use of pearls, larger pearls like the ones that are kind of almost look like a shell, giant pearls, the teardrop big pearls I showed you guys in the 12 days DIY. That would be an awesome example. I think I gifted that particular icicle ornament where I made that, use that pearl. That's a phenomenal example of modern pearls. So modern pearls are going to be in. I do have a pearl necklace that I made this year. And it's, you know, very, again, this will still trend. Oh, even though this is obviously just some standard pearls, they're not modern, but this will trend, guys, because we're layering, and this is getting into some other trends we're going to talk about in a minute. And that is, by the way, a choker. I'll pull it up when we get to this particular trend, but there's another example, just a kind of an example. Okay, so the larger the better with modern pearls, guys. And, you know, if you want to make a list and come back and save this video for later, I'm not mad at you because I got my list. And it'll sit by my desk for the entire year. So grab your pen and pad and write this stuff down, or what speaks to you. Okay, guys, so here is what is so awesome for all of us sellers, but all of us wearers and designers. Beaded jewelry is back. Praise the Lord, finally. Let me tell you, I've been selling jewelry a long time, you guys. And listen, I went years having to make chain and figure out different types of stuff. I could not sell a beaded piece for nothing. And I had an Etsy store for over 12, 14 years. And I'm seriously. So I was like, are you kidding me? Beaded jewelry is back. Well, praise the Lord. That's music to all of us, isn't it? So let's get stocked up on beading wire, shall we? Stock up at sale, anybody? Oh my goodness gracious. But beaded jewelry is making a big comeback in 2025. So look for that to start trending. The next trend, friends, is minimalism. Something that I have a love for. I make a lot of it. I don't do a lot of it on camera, but I do put a lot of it in my store, and I have several examples for you guys. So minimalism. This will be a standout trend in 2025, okay? So a staple. A staple number 2 is going to be minimalism. A big standout will be huge the next year. And because minimalism really represents, you know, clean lines, effortless style, and just almost like a cleansed palette. And it's going to be really, really big. It was here a couple of years ago. It's coming back again. One thing that is a great staple for minimalism is just going to be a charm on a simple piece of chain. That's a great minimalism look. And I've got some samples for you guys. So here's a great minimalist look. Okay. We've got my mushroom charm on a simple piece of chain. Okay. That is just very, very minimalist. Very minimalist. Okay. That's a great staple. Okay. And then here's one of my favorites. This is so adorable. And this is going to be in another one of our trends this year. This is a darling little dainty chain on this really cute butterfly that happens to be like a 2D butterfly. He's in silver and gold. Just very minimalist. A simple charm on a piece of chain. How pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? And it does move around. So cute. Great minimalist piece. So that's just another really great sample for you guys for minimalism. And I have several because I've got a lot of minimalist jewelry in my store. Here's another really great example of minimalist look, guys. These Coriana chain floating necklaces. This is just absolutely beautiful. I love, love, love this. This was representative of 2024's peach color, the color of the year, which was peach fuzz. And that's where I designed this. And this is just absolutely dainty, darling. It's very minimalist, but you could also layer this, right? So this is a shorter necklace, so we can wear this and then we can layer from there and still be in the minimalist ideology there. So there's another minimalist necklace. I do have a couple more. Let me get to it. Here's another great example of what they're talking about with minimalism. Just throw a charm or something on chain, but also we're getting into layering, right? Which we just talked about. Layering chain, mixing metals, is this one. This is really, really beautiful chain. And this has a amethyst tree of life, beautiful pendant, and that's all that is. And so this is a wonderful example of getting into several trends for 2025. So we've got minimalism, we also have layering, and then we could also, by the way, put yet even a whole nother chain, right? Like a longer one under that, or even a choker above it, right? So this is a fantastic, this is gonna hit several trends, right? Just like the butterfly one is, I'll get to that in a second. But a couple of these I've pulled out are gonna hit several trends this year. So minimalism, minimalist. And the next trend we have, friends, is nature inspired. So the use of leather, rope, cord, and incorporating flowers, leaves, and bugs stand out. That is going to be a standout. So anything that when we're using cord or leather and putting flowers in our designs, using bugs, like literally bumblebees, snakes are going to be hugely trending, believe it or not, snakes. Lots of designers are putting out some extremely expensive like snake bracelets, and it's just like, really? But they're flying off the shelves already. So that is going to be another standout trend for 2025, nature inspired, and using natural elements like the use of leather or wood, right? So we can buy like all those cool little wood earrings and paint them. And, you know, a lot of them have like little holes we could put dangles and whatnot. So like wood earrings that we can paint, stuff like that. And I do have a couple of examples of that particular trend. So like this one that I made, right? So we not only have some leaves here, because we need to incorporate flowers, leaves, and bugs. So this is supposed to be a stand-up, but we've got the leather, right? And then we've got the leaves. But it's also almost minimalist. So we're hitting multiple trends in a style like that. It's really super easy knotting project, right? Really, really pretty. Here's another example. This is going to hit multiple trends as well. We just looked at this in my other video of where we just did my favorite things. So here, again, this is going to hit multiple trends because we have leaves, right? And then we have leather intertwined. Okay, and there's another reason this is going to be hitting another trend in the list when we get to it. So there's another example of using in like, here we go again. So this is not only hitting minimalism, right? But it's a butterfly, right? So that's hitting multiple trends on that. So that's a couple ideas for you guys with that particular, and that's going to be a standout. So it's just, again, the use of leather, rope, cord, and that will be a standout. Um, Let me pull this up because we just talked about minimalism and leather. Here's another couple examples I forgot to show you guys. So here's a really beautiful example of not only hitting a trend of the use of leather, but minimalism. And it's just a simple piece of leather that I strung a beautiful pendant on that has this gorgeous flower, like almost vintage wire wrapping component on it. It came that way. And it's just absolutely stunning. But this hits three trends, right? Minimalism, leather, and the use of flowers. Okay, so there's that. And then the same with this one. This one was just this really super simple knotting project. I love this leather. And this is really, really long. It goes like way down to almost the middle of my torso. And I just did a simple knot. We've got leather, and we strung a tree of life on it. Tree of life charm. So again, we're hitting three trends, right? Minimalism, the use of leather, and we have a tree, nature inspired. So another really phenomenal idea there. Here is another example in an earring that I have for minimalism and the use of, this is actually going to hit three trends. One I haven't talked about yet, but I'll talk about it in a second. So these, see how long these are? These Coriana beading chain earrings, okay? And with the flowers on them. So these are not only minimalism, but they also are really long, okay? But they're clean, classic. We've got pearls, and then we have flowers, okay? So another example of several trends in one particular earring right here. And then same thing with these guys. These earrings right here, let me just lay that down. It's gonna dump over. Again, minimalism and the use of flowers, but really super cute, right? So we've got the flower charms here on my earrings, right, at the top. Then I've just got the paperclip chain, and I put all these little triangle crystals at the bottom, but it's clean, it's minimalist, and we have the use of flowers, right? So another still trending type of earring, or look, in other words. Let me put that back. And let's move on to the next trend, guys. Okay. Get myself together here. Okay, so that'll be a standout. So then the next trend, guys, is chunky jewelry. More is more. This trend I love. Now, I'm going to tell you about the next trend too, because I've got a lot of that going actually on here. So chunky jewelry, more is more, which kind of goes in with layering like I've got here, okay? And bold colors and vibrant gemstones. So that's the next two trends. More is more, chunky jewelry, and bold colors such as vibrant gemstones, reds, greens, purples, pinks, vibrant. That is going to be a big, big trend. And this over here is a phenomenal example of that. This is my Sunsets 4-strand braided necklace that I made. Many of you have probably seen this. Let me get it off the mannequin. And this is going to hit every single one of those trends. So we not only have, look at this. Look at how vibrant this is. Okay, so that's a jade gemstone. It is absolutely stunning. There is a ton of it. Okay, we've got the braided effect. More is more. It's chunky. Okay, it's vibrant. We've got our use of gemstones, and then we have the chain. But this actually slips over the head, you guys. Like, are you kidding? Right? And then with this, because more is more, we have my Sunsets bracelets, which also I just showed you. because these are going to hit several trends. But here is the two bracelets with the same gemstone, very vibrant and chunky. More is more. We put it all together. You want to talk about a statement. So now we've made a statement. We've got bold colors, vibrant gemstones, and this is going to hit one of the trends I'm going to talk about next as well. Another necklace that is chunky, more is more, is this fun one. This I actually made for International Women's Day. The colors of International Women's Day, by the way, are purple, white, purple, and green. And this is going to hit several trends. So it's chunky, right? More is more. You can even go bigger and bigger and bigger, guys. These are, probably 15, 20, probably 20, 22 millimeters, something like that. But I've made the double jump rings. It's a really cool chain link that I actually made. And then we've got the use of flower here. And then we've got the green pop down there. And then I made my own eye pen on that. And that is a great, kind of a great example, but it's more is more because, again, we're getting multiple trends on here, right? And then when we wear this, guys, we can put a smaller chain in the middle of it as a choker. We can put a longer chain with this. Plus, we could actually add the earrings, the bracelet, and just, again, chunky. More is more. So this is kind of somewhat of an example of that. The other thing that hits these last couple trends we've just talked about is this one. So we talked about the use of leather, and we talked about layers, right? And we've talked about layering, stacking, and we've also talked about the use of leather. And here you go. Here is a wonderful example. This is all, I think this is rose quartz and some rhodonite. And that might be some shell pearl in there. And do you see? So we've got 4 layers there, a huge chunky gemstone. And then I've tied it right there to leather. This is leather. It's really, really thin. It's some of my favorite leather I have, and it's super, super long. So this actually hits multiple trends because more is more. This in and of itself makes a statement. This is not at all minimalist, but we've also got the leather, right? So just some style and design ideas for you guys where that more is more, and the layering and the leather, you can get it all right there in one piece. Okay, and then another example I have in this particular trend is this beautiful necklace that I made not that long ago. I know you guys have seen this because I've worn this in the last couple of months. I don't have enough mannequin space, that's why, because I have my Christmas decor. But this is another example of more is more. And it's vibrant and bold. This is not delicate at all. I love, love, love this. I actually taught myself how to make this entire component. And this is just such a statement. But you could also put something else with it. Put some chain with it or just wear it by itself. But there's a really great example of more is more, because just look how much is going on there. We've got a lot, there's a lot going on here, right? And it's beaded all the way to the back, and that's blue and copper. Get some copper there. Okay, let me get that one off. Okay, guys, and so chunky jewelry, more is more in bold colors, vibrant gemstones, reds, greens, pinks, all those things, big, big trending colors. One of the next trend, which is one of my favorites, along with the chain and the layering and the stacking and the mixing of the metals, is cuff bracelets, you guys. Cuff bracelets are going to make a big standout. So there's your third standout, and they are going to be huge. They're already starting to sell out in retail. So here are some great examples of cuff bracelets, right? A cuff could be just those beautiful designer like Coco Chanel and all of them, have those gorgeous, silver and gold colored type of bracelets. That for sure. you know, is a cuff, but we can also make a cuff. And here's a great example of one, just like we just did the chevrons, right, in the memory wire. There you go, right there. Make yourself 2 of those. That's a cuff bracelet right there. Here is a great example of a cuff bracelet. You probably see me, we just pulled this out in my favorite things as well, because stacking and layering is one of my favorite things. And isn't it funny, guys, by the way, if you caught my favorite things video a few days ago, that several pieces that I pulled out for the trends were in my favorite things. And that's was genuine. These are my favorite things. So I was like, oh my God, this is kind of cool. Some of this stuff is going to be in the trend video. That's awesome. But I mean, are you serious? Right? And we made this in the summer, and then I showed you guys how to attach your memory wire to make yourself a cuff, right? You can use craft wire, you can use head pens. I used craft wire there and did the double loops, and great example of a cuff. Here's another great example of a cuff. We just talked about it. Here's hitting another trend, right? So we put both of these bad boys on together. Let me go ahead and put those on. And there we go, there's one. And then here's 2. And it literally looks like a cuff bracelet once I turn it around correctly. Literally looks like a cuff. Looks like one bracelet. Beautiful, right? Gorgeous. So that, as I mentioned to you guys, hits multiple trends this year. So do some memory wire bracelets. They're inexpensive, as you guys know. Use up some stash beads, what have you. Here is another, this is gonna hit 2 trends. Here's another sample of a cuff, and cuffs, because they make a subtle statement, that's what they say. So this is a really cool bracelet that I literally made 15 years ago, you guys. And these are hematite magnetized beads. Do you see how they like touch each other? Right? It's magnetized. But you see? Let me show you guys. You see it? Okay. Let me show you how cool this bracelet is. So we just let it go this whole long way. Okay, there you go. That's how long it is. Okay. And then to put it on, I just go ahead and I'm going to start right there. And I just wrap. And notice how the magnets are just touching the magnets. Everybody's touching each other. And then all of a sudden, by the time I wrap it all the way around, I have a cuff bracelet. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome trend. Here's another great example, which is about to hit the next trend we're going to talk about. So this is going to hit 2 trends here. We're going to talk about a cuff bracelet. I obviously did not make this. I bought it, but I've had this for years, and it's beautiful. And it's just this really soft leather suede with the rhinestones. But again, it's a cuff bracelet. That's how it looks when you wear it. So pretty. Love, love, love that. So there's several examples, let me get this off, guys, of some cuff bracelets. So cuff bracelets, stacking, multiple memory wire links, things like that. Grab some leather. These are great for the next year in our trends, and some of my favorites. Anyway, okay, guys, our final, which I gotta tell you is my favorite trend of going into 2025, is none other than vintage-inspired jewelry, particularly out of the eras of the 80s and the 90s. And, you know, I'm not going to tell you my age, but you'll guess that as soon as I say this. So 80s is my jam, because I grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. So I'm like, wait a minute, 80s and 90s, are you kidding me? All I can think about is like Cyndi Lauper and Madonna and Paula Abdul, and I'm just like, oh my God, all the, you know, the leg warmers and the neon and all the windy bracelets we used to wear, the neon rubber bracelets, and wear them all the way down our arm. That is so hilarious to me, but guys, it's going to trend huge in 2025. So things also like hoop earrings, stud earrings, all of these things are going to trend in 2025. Hence, this, where is it? Oh, Yeah. So then we've got these earrings. Okay. So like these are hitting multiple trends. So these are very 1980s, right? But they're also kind of like a hoop, even though it's a triangle, but they make a statement. They're bold, right? There's some red in there. And it's just like a statement on your ear. Very, very trendy. Okay, so that hits that vintage inspired type of a scenario. Same will go with these, which we just made, right? These are gonna, that's why I just made them, because I was already preparing my list. These guys, I'll probably make another 5 pair and get them in my store. We'll see how they do. And I will report back to you guys and let you know. But guys, again, okay, are you kidding? You want to talk about a statement on your ear, is this. Like, imagine if you made this in not only the color of the ear, but vibrant, put some gemstones in there. Are you kidding? Don't make it too heavy, obviously, for the ear, but we've got hoops, we've got drama, we've got more is more, statement. This is, I'm loving this, and that's exactly why I had made this earring. I couldn't tell you guys in the video. I wanted to surprise you guys. But that's a great example of vintage 80s inspired. Here's another example of a necklace, guys, that I've literally had since the 80s. Here it is. Okay, so this is now going to hit multiple trends. Okay, I've literally had this necklace since the 80s. Obviously, I didn't make it. Okay, how cool is this necklace? Right? And it's just like these amethyst color beads, and it's the super long necklace, you know, and it was so Madonna-ish back then. And I still have it, and it's still not even tarnished to this day, and that's how old it is. So I got this in the late 80s. And so how many trends does this hit? Like 5? Like 5 trends a necklace? Like, do something like this. Guys, use your one-stop blooper. Here's another necklace I had pulled out because, again, we're talking about trends and layering, right? So, you know, this is bold, it's vibrant, it's really, really super long. As you can see, this is one of my favorites because you guys know I love blue, right? And, you know, how many, we can probably layer 5 necklaces with this. And they don't even have to have anything on it, just some chain, just 5 pieces of chain, right? And, you know, 3 other colors, you know, maybe gunmetal and black or something, you know, or even just silver, you know, and black, whatever. But that's, you know, just imagine, you know, layering and layering and more layering, right? And then, you know, put something shorter, you know, with it, you know, and then we mix up our metals, we mix our colors. Just this is like a whole bunch of vibrancy going on. You know, that's the kind of thing, guys. I hope I'm doing a fair enough job. Here's something else that is absolutely out of this world, that this is very vintage. And this I actually received from a friend of mine that went to London in the 90s and brought me this back from the shops that are apparently right in the street, down the street from Buckingham Palace. And they were getting tea. And there was this vintage jewelry shop right there after they did all their little tourist stuff. And she brought me this back with the matching pair of earrings. And this, you guys, is literally no different than what I'm talking about. Okay, and I will make one for you guys. But this is literally a float, right? But this, I'm probably gonna end up wearing a ton of this a ton in next year because look at the colors, you guys. It's like gonna go right into Mocha Mousse. But this is all this is this is a huge long chain, but look at the little crimps, so we know it's a float, right? Well, now I know because I'm a designer. It does have a clasp on it. But you guys, I'm not kidding. Like, I have to literally put my, look at how long this is. I think this is probably around 80 inches. Okay. I can wear this 3 ways. Okay. So this is not only vintage, but I can go like this, right? And make it double. I've worn this on Thanksgiving so many times. I can go like this and make it in like this, where it's shorter and then way longer. I can also, you know, simply go like, literally I can make it 3. So I could go like this. So there's 1 and then 2 and then the longer one right below that. I can get a hold to it. It's so long, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Hope you guys are not. We're at 40 minutes. That's okay. It takes a minute to talk about trends. There we go. So I could make it like, I do this too. I make it to where it's small like that, and then I'll layer it a second time, like just below it like that, and then I go like that. Just one necklace I can wear like a gazillion ways. And so that's why I put this here, because this is going to hit many, many trends, you guys. And then you could put some mixed metal in with that, like at your finishing, do a floating like that and do like a long lariat, but on floating, because it's going to hit minimalist layers. And then add on the back of your chain, like a piece of gold and a piece of silver coriander chain, right? Now you mix up your metals too. How awesome is that? So I think I've covered it all. Oh, I have this here too, guys, because this hits multiple trends. And one of my favorite necklaces, I actually made this year. And again, with the blue, I know I'm so boring you guys. I can't. I can't. It is what it is. You can't go wrong with blue. I don't care what shade. I love it. Anyway, this is going to hit a trend, and that's why I brought this out. So you guys remember when I made this in the summer? And I was so proud of myself because it's the first time I ever made a fan necklace. Something like this will trend because we can add another piece of chain in here, so we'll get 3 pieces of chain. And matter of fact, why don't we just throw black or gold chain in here, or, antique gold, whatever, gunmetal, whatever, right? But then we have the statement, we've got the drama, right? And, it turned out so beautiful. I made my own little spirals. It's the first time I ever made a fan necklace, and I love this necklace. I even put some dangles on the back. So that's why I pulled this out, because this is, again, that more is more. There you go. More is more. Throw another long, chain necklace like I've got on here with something like that, and, maybe mix up your colors, and more is more. You've got, put this cuff bracelet with it, which is exactly what I made it to match, by the way. That's more is more right there. Beautiful example, I think, anyway, of trends and getting into our trends. So I think I've covered everything that I pulled out. Oh, and that's why I also pulled this out. Guys, I literally got this in the 90s. So how cool was I? I'm just saying, when you see me, with some of the stuff I've told you I've had since then, but guys, this hits. I pulled this out at the beginning. This is so 80s and 90s. I cannot even, with the hot pink, the layers, the gunmetal. We've got all the cute little charms. Obviously, you can tell that was what my vibe was at that time. I love so much, like, from a musical family, but I love music. And, I would say probably my favorite genre is rock. I'm just a big rock fan, or in all things 80s, because I grew up in some of the best music I think was made in the 70s and the 80s. But anyway, I also love country. I love country music. I've been in that phase for probably 10 years. So I really love country music. But I love, a lot of these necklaces I've actually worn to tons of concerts when I've seen Fleetwood Mac. So many artists that I've seen in concert. I'm a big concert goer too. So, we're also apparently talking about not only trends, but we're talking about me. I just made it about me. Sorry, guys, I digress. Okay, so that's it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my 2025 trends video. And let's just do a really quick recap. I think this was a great show. I hope you guys love it. Let me know in the comments. I'm proud of myself. I think I did a decent job. I did a good job. I did the best I could without video editing software is what I'm saying. And I think I have a couple of things out that I'm like, oh, okay. Go ahead then. That's not terrible. That's not too bad. You've got a few things, and, we'll work off of this. And getting into that color of the year, guys, I cannot. So I'll give you one other last look at the color of the year, Mocha Mousse. And then again, go on Pantone's website, guys, and, print it for yourself and put on your wall. Like you can see behind me, you can't really see behind the light, but I've got several things that are taped on my wall. I use all the time for reference for myself. Okay, guys, so here's our trends, and then I'll tell you our standouts so you can put a star next to them. So we've got chains, layering, and stacking, including bracelets, starting with a choker, starting or ending with a pendant, and layers and layers and layers. In addition to the second trend, which is mixing our metals. Mixed metals, love that trend, love it. So we then have modern pearls, okay? The larger, the better, and interesting shapes of pearls. Trend number 4 is nature inspired, right? So the use of leather, rope, cord, and incorporating leaves and flowers and bugs is big trend and going to be a standout. So that's going to be a standout style. So put a star next to that one. Beaded jewelry making a comeback. The end. That is so awesome. Our next trend is minimalism. Clean, classic lines, effortless style. A staple. It needs to be a charm on a piece of chain, a single charm. And that is also, put a star. That's a standout. So a simple charm with chain, gonna be a standout in the minimalism area of our trends. Our next trend is chunky jewelry. More is more. So the bigger, the better. So more is going to be more this year. That's kind of cool. Cuff bracelets, because they make a statement and you can mix and match your metal colors. So we talked about that with these guys over here. Cuff bracelets, we can make them. We can also get the same effect and look from making stretch bracelets, guys. So I'm really, really excited. That's one of my favorite trends. Cuff bracelets making a subtle statement this year. And then our final trend of the year is vintage inspired, particularly from the 80s and 90s eras. And hoop and stud earrings are going to be a big comeback. And so that is our 2025 trend video. Yay, we got through it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for spending almost an hour of your day with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments, what are some of your favorite trends? And I will put this in the community tab, by the way. I'm going to put a list of what I have read and done my diligence and double checked and crossed my T's and dotted my I's of what is trending. And that is going to be what I just read you guys and what we just talked about today. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in the next video. And I can't wait to start making some trending 2025 jewelry and inspiring you guys on the mat. So until next time, friends, as always, be blessed.